Yo, what's up guys? It's Jack and welcome back. And in this video I was originally going to discuss something completely different, but I figured since there are teeny tiny little whispers coming around about what the next Call of Duty game might be, and even though we won't find out for another, I don't know, 4 months, maybe 4.5, on what exactly we're gonna get, well, I figured I might as well talk about my wish list for Call of Duty 2018. And it's a very realistic one, and it's not really a huge one, actually. It's it's actually very basic and simple. And if these things are done, I think we're in for a great year next year anyway. And I think people are hyped as it is, and I have many reasons why. But without further ado, I want to get straight into the nitty-gritty on this, because for those of you that clicked on this video, this is what you want to hear. This is the subject that interests you in the first place. So here we go. All right, the first thing I want maps, and I want good maps. And I also want a good amount of maps. Now, I know that the amount of maps aren't necessarily something that makes a game. I mean, it's the quality of the maps, absolutely. But at the same time, Call of Duty can easily get boring when you don't have a good amount of maps in the game. Back in the day, we used to ship with, what, 16 maps? And, you know, recently we've been given, what, 9, 10 maybe at the most? So, if you don't count war maps, that is, in World War II. But a good variety of maps as well as balanced maps. And what do I mean by balanced maps? I mean maps that are playable and maps that cater to every single style, no matter what kind of player you are and no matter what kind of weapon you use, etc., etc. The 3-lane maps are something that I'm a big fan of. They give you a reason to play pretty much any way you want, granted you do it correctly. In pretty much any game, as long as the maps are balanced, I mean, you can run and still get killed and get kills very easily, depending on whether or not you do it right, and vice versa. Now, some people, although most of the community is pretty much, from everything that I've seen, most of the community agrees that 3-lane maps are the way to go, but some people are not very big fans of 3-lane maps. Well, if you look at Call of Duty Black Ops 1, they were and kind of weren't like 3-lane maps. They were almost like a hybrid, but they kept on giving you a reason to move around or to play any way that you wanted. Granted, again, you did it correctly, so that's what we need. Not only do we need a good amount of maps to keep us satisfied and to keep us from getting bored real easily and really fast, and to constantly keep us looking forward to playing another map that comes up on the list, but also because also that we need that balance. You know, you play your way, that's fine. You just have to play correctly in order to succeed in it, instead of being forced to play a certain way because of the way the map is built and the way the game is built. I mean, personally speaking, and on top of that, they can't be too big or too small. I mean, too small, you got too much chaos, and then you end up having Nuketown all the time, which is not a good thing. And too big, you're gonna end up running around doing a lot more running than you are shooting. There's no action. And it gives people, and again, it's off balance, and it gives people a reason not to move. You know, if you didn't want to move, then why have legs in the first place, right? Alright, let's move on to the next one, and this one kind of correlates, and that's guns. Why do we not have a huge amount of guns on release like we do maps? Now, obviously, I understand that they make a lot of money off of DLC and all that kind of stuff. Well, yeah, but at the same time, there are so many guns, not just throughout history, but again, at the same time, people, I mean, games also can make up guns or hybrids of guns or whatnot. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless. Why do we only have like 3 or 4 shotguns, 3 or 4 snipers, 6 submachine guns, and 8 to 9 assault rifles on release? It's the same kind of mentality with the maps. They can go so much further. And now I know what you guys are saying. Like, in terms of creativity, the possibilities are endless. Absolutely, yes. But at the same time, you know, these guys got to make these guns balance, and they can only go so far. Well, actually, no. The possibilities are actually endless, because with numbers and with math, you can literally change the way guns work. Like, not change them to the point to where it doesn't feel like Call of Duty anymore, but you can add another layer of something, of a number or an algorithm, wherever the hell it is, and basically make that into a factor as well. And they started doing that with Black Ops 3 in terms of the way the guns worked. And and they can go way beyond just the rate of fire and the accuracy and the amount of damage each bullet does. I mean, you know what I mean? They can go way beyond that, actually. If you really think deep into it, they really can. So, and when it comes to math and numbers, I mean, the possibilities are almost as endless as the creativity of what kind of guns they can actually create and which guns they can actually use. Because again, throughout history, there have been tons of guns. and they can always put them in if they wanted to. So I think that is very important. Give us something, give us a good amount of variety to play with. Again, it's another factor that keeps you coming back for more. You guys can probably see a pattern in everything that I'm wanting here. I want them to keep us giving us a reason to come back to play. Because right now, with recent Call of Duties, it's basically that, well, there seems to be less and less of a reason to come back to play. You know, and back in the day, you would always have a reason to come back and play as compared to now. But let's keep on moving down the list before I run out of time in this video. The next one, challenges. We don't have enough challenges. They could easily create more challenges and keep you coming back and make you feel like you're constantly grinding towards something, whether you're getting your ass handed to or not. And that's one of the things that originally made Call of Duty so popular, is the challenges. The fact that you were getting rewarded for everything that you did. And they can give you more and more challenges, like seriously. And we're not just talking about because of the amount of guns you got here, no. They can keep on adding challenges, like like serious amount of challenges, like get a certain amount of kills with this gun, you know, in the long run, like a lifetime amount of kills with this gun. Capture an X amount of objectives, run for a certain amount of time, be the most aggressive player. Remember back in the Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 days, to where at the end of every match you'd have these accolades that would pop up, like if you were the one that sprinted the most, you'd get rewarded with a little medal or whatnot. They can easily take that to a whole other level if they wanted to and make it even more rewarding. So again, the possibilities are endless. Again, give us more challenges, a lot more challenges that makes it seem endless. I remember even Halo Reach, for instance, okay? Halo Reach, whenever you would get, like, let's say one of the commendations was to get like a total of 5,000 kills with a certain weapon or whatnot, right? Well, once you got to 25 kills, or once you got to 100, and then once you got to like 250, and then 500, and then 1,000, there'd be a little pop-up that would happen in match when you finally reached that would reward you, and it would feel rewarding. I think they need to do something similar like that, in accordance with adding more challenges as well with Call of Duty. All right, so let's move on. Dedicated servers. This is a long time coming. I really don't need to say more. They have absolutely no excuse why I mean, the game can run as smooth as butter with dedicated servers, and Activision makes more than enough money to provide the community with dedicated servers that we've been asking for so many years. So it's time for them to stop being cheap asses and give us our damn dedicated servers. All right, let's move on to the next one. Balance. Again, this goes with the maps, with the guns and everything. No matter what kind of player you are, regardless of skill level or regardless of what weapon you like to use, whether you're more passive or whether you're more aggressive, the game overall, in every single way, shape, or form, needs to be balanced. So that way you could play the game the way you want to play it, as opposed to being forced to play a certain way that you do not want to play. Simple as that. All right, let's move on. Pick 10. I think Pick 10 is amazing, and I think it needs to come back. And the only way I would accept something else other than Pick 10 is if they come up with something better. Pick 10 I think is one of the things that, as far as the creative class system is concerned, it basically gave you more room to play the way you want to play. This is why Pick 10 is so popular among the fans, is because of the fact that, well, I mean, it just gave you more options to play the way you want to play, with keeping everything in balance. So if you look at the entire commentary, this entire commentary is basically all about giving you a reason to come back to play and to keeping things balanced in all ways. And I think Pick 10 was amazing, and it's certainly not broken in my opinion. So in my opinion, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, unless you can come up with something better, but that's not really a necessity. Pick 10 is more than enough to keep people coming back, and if that's a problem, again, I'm sure they can come up with something that could satisfy both sides. But seriously, I don't see too many people complaining about Pick 10, in my opinion. There are people that miss the old pro perk system, but again, they can alter that, or they can make it in a way to where both creative class options are available in the game. I don't know. Maybe they could do that, but at the same time, there aren't too many people that complain about Pick 10 from everything that I've seen. All right, last one. This is what Infinite Warfare, believe it or not, kind of did right. You should be given the option, instead of supply drops, to buy DLC weapons. Just put a damn price tag on every weapon, okay? And if you don't want to do that, just make the people grind for it, because there are people out there that really don't like to grind and just prefer to have the weapon. So instead of doing the stupid supply drop system that is freaking ridiculous, and the amount of money that people have to spend in order just to try to get one damn weapon that you guys have post launch for DLC or whatnot, is just absolutely ridiculous. Put a price tag on the weapon, and also give the people an option to grind for it, like they did in Infinite Warfare for the variants in Infinite Warfare. That's another reason for people to keep on playing and to grind. You know, when you give people a reason or multiple reasons to keep on grinding the game, plus having the fun factor in there and the balance, you're going to have a tremendously successful Call of Duty game. And that's what's been missing. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to add in. The score streaks need to be good. They need to be good and they need to be balanced. Low tier streaks can make you feel rewarded for getting them, but at the same time, middle tier streaks should be able to do something. And they need to be fun to use. I mean, seriously. So, again, Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 did a great job. Black Ops 1 did a great job. So, they can do this. So, the score streaks are definitely something in Call of Duty that need to be good because it is part of the formula. So, and you got to keep that part of the formula intact. So, oh, and while we're at it, bring back Specialists for Modern Warfare 3. Why the hell not? But anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. Let me know down in the comment section. What is your wish list? What would you like? What would you add or take away from this list? And do you agree or disagree with the things that I've mentioned in this list? So anyway, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and the commentary. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.